Say this to be rich, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. Every word you speak is a brick in the foundation of your financial future. The language of scarcity has likely been with you since childhood. Phrases like, "we can't afford that," "money doesn't grow on trees," and "that's too expensive" have carved deep neural pathways in your brain, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of financial limitation. These seemingly innocent expressions act as invisible barriers, programming your subconscious mind to spot limitations instead of opportunities. When you say, "I'm broke," your brain immediately begins gathering evidence to support this statement, filtering out potential solutions and focusing on problems. This is not just positive thinking theory. Neuroscience shows that repeated verbal patterns create strong neural connections that influence both perception and behavior. Lesson 1. Speak abundance, silence scarcity. Consider how differently your mind operates when you shift from "I can't afford it" to "How can I afford it?" The first statement stops your brain's problem-solving mechanism in its tracks, while the second activates your creative resources and opens pathways to possibility. This subtle shift in language triggers different neurochemical responses, literally changing your brain's chemistry and, consequently, your financial reality. The language of abundance isn't about denial or fake positivity. It's about expanding your mind's capacity to recognize and create opportunity. When you say, "I attract money easily," your reticular activating system relaying or scanning your environment for money-making opportunities that were always there, but previously filtered out by your scarcity-focused attention. Your financial vocabulary creates your financial reality through a process called neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural connections based on repeated thoughts and experiences. Each time you catch yourself using scarcity language and consciously replace it with abundance language, you're literally rewiring your brain for wealth. This isn't instant magic, but rather a systematic reconstruction of your financial mindset. Think of wealthy people you admire. Notice how they speak about money. They use phrases like investment opportunity, value proposition, and return on investment. They discuss wealth in terms of creation rather than limitation. This isn't coincidental. It's a reflection of their abundance-oriented neural pathways, and you can build these same pathways through conscious language choices. The transformation begins with awareness. Start noticing the scarcity phrases that pepper your daily conversation. Each time you catch yourself in scarcity speech, pause and reframe your statement in the language of abundance. Instead of, "I never have enough money," say, "Money flows to me continuously." Rather than, "I can't take that risk," say, "I'm exploring this opportunity carefully." Your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Each scarcity statement is a weed that chokes out potential prosperity, while each abundance declaration is a seed that grows into financial opportunity. The quality of your harvest depends entirely on what you choose to plant through your daily speech. This new language might feel uncomfortable at first, even false or artificial. This discomfort is simply resistance from your old neural pathways fighting to maintain their familiar patterns. Push through this resistance, your brain will gradually adapt to your new language patterns, and your reality will begin shifting to match your words. Wealthy people weren't born speaking the language of abundance. They learned it, practiced it, and allowed it to reshape their financial reality. You can do the same. Take control of your financial destiny by becoming vigilant about your wealth vocabulary. Every word you speak either reinforces scarcity or builds abundance. Choose your words as carefully as you would choose your investments, understanding that today's verbal choices shape tomorrow's financial reality. Lesson 2. Words shape wealth. Choose them wisely. Every word you speak is a brick in the foundation of your financial future. The language patterns you use daily aren't just descriptive, they're actively constructive, building the very reality you experience. When you understand this profound truth, you realize that casual phrases like, "I can't afford it," or "money is tight," aren't merely observations. They're architectural blueprints for your economic life. Consider how the wealthy speak about money. They don't spend money, they invest it. They don't lose money, they learn from financial experiences. They don't waste money, they allocate resources. This isn't mere semantics, it's neuro-linguistic programming in action. Each time you use wealthy language patterns, you're literally rewiring your brain's neural pathways to align with abundance. The distinction between wealthy and poor language patterns runs deeper than word choice. It's embedded in the very structure of thought. When faced with an opportunity, those with a poverty mindset ask, "Can I afford this?" while wealth-conscious people ask, "How can I afford this?" This subtle shift from a closed question to an open one activates different regions of the brain, engaging problem-solving circuits instead of limitation responses. Your subconscious mind is constantly filtering reality through the labels and descriptions you provide it. When you say expensive, your brain automatically begins searching for evidence of high cost and scarcity. When you replace it with valuable, your mental filters redirect to seek worth and return on investment. This is why the wealthy often find opportunities where others see obstacles. Their language programs their perception. The power of careful word choice extends beyond self-talk into all areas of financial interaction. In negotiations, wealth-conscious people use phrases like investment instead of cost, agreement instead of contract, and spectatorship instead of deal. These linguistic choices create different emotional responses and expectations in both parties, often leading to more favorable outcomes. The transformation of your financial reality begins with a conscious audit of your daily vocabulary. Start noticing the words you use around money, success, and opportunity. Record your common phrases and examine them critically. Are they building wealth or reinforcing limitation? Are they opening doors or constructing barriers? Your current financial situation is, in part, a manifestation of your historical language pattern. This awareness must extend into your emotional relationship with wealth words. Many people feel uncomfortable using terms like affluent, prosperous, or abundant to describe themselves. This discomfort is a clear signal that your linguistic patterns need updating. Practice using these words daily until they feel natural. Your comfort with wealth language directly correlates with your comfort with wealth itself. Developing new language patterns requires consistent practice and reinforcement. Create opportunities to use well-conscious language in everyday situations. Instead of saying, "That's too much," try, "I'm choosing to invest elsewhere." Replace "I'm broke" with "I'm in the process of expanding my financial capacity." These aren't just positive spins on negative situations. They're fundamental reconstructions of your relationship with money. The most powerful wealth-building tool you possess is your choice of words. Each phrase you utter is either constructing or deconstructing your financial future. By consciously selecting language that aligns with abundance, you're not just describing a wealthy future, you're actively creating it. Your words are the bridge between your current financial reality and the prosperity you desire. Choose them with the same care and intention you would use to select investment opportunities or business partnerships. Lesson 3. Declare your rich identity daily. Monday the 21st. Your identity shapes every financial decision you make, from the morning coffee you buy to the investments you choose. The words you use to describe yourself become the foundation of your wealth journey, acting as either a launching pad or an anchor. When you declare, "I am wealthy," instead of "I want to be wealthy," you initiate a profound transformation in your neural pathways and behavioral patterns. The wealthy identity isn't about pretending or fake it till you make it mentality. It's about recognizing and awakening the prosperity consciousness that already exists within you. Every morning, stand before your mirror and speak your truth into existence. I am a money magnet. Wealth flows to me naturally. I make wise financial decisions effortlessly. These aren't empty phrases. They're powerful commands to your subconscious mind, restructuring your deep-seated beliefs about money and success. Your wealthy identity emerges from consistent, deliberate declaration. Create a personal wealth statement that resonates with your core values and aspirations. I am a successful entrepreneur who generates multiple streams of income. Or, I am a savvy investor who recognizes and seizes profitable opportunities. Speak these declarations with conviction, feeling the energy of these words vibrate through your being. Your body language, tone of voice, and emotional state should align with the prosperity you're claiming. When resistance arises, and it will, recognize it as the old identity fighting for survival. Thoughts like, "Who am I to claim wealth?" or "This feels fake," are natural parts of the transformation process. Instead of fighting these thoughts, acknowledge them and respond with even stronger declarations. I choose to embrace my wealthy identity now. My success serves others. My prosperity creates positive change in the world. The wealthy identity encompasses more than just financial abundance. It includes the way you carry yourself, how you interact with others, and the decisions you make. A wealthy person thinks in terms of investments rather than expenses, opportunities rather than obstacles, and growth rather than limitation. Begin incorporating these perspectives into your daily vocabulary. I invest in qualities instead of I can't afford this, or I'm exploring opportunities instead of I'm dealing with problems. Your wealth declarations must extend beyond private moments in front of the mirror. Integrate them into your daily conversations, business meetings, and financial planning sessions. When someone asks how business is going, respond from your wealthy identity. Business is expanding brilliantly, or we're experiencing exciting growth. These public declarations strengthen your commitment to your prosperous self-esteem. Your wealthy identity isn't a future version of yourself. It's who you are right now, choosing to align with your highest potential. Every time you declare your prosperity, you're not just speaking words. You're activating a powerful energetic frequency that attracts corresponding opportunities and resources. Your declarations become the bridge between your current financial reality and the abundance that awaits your claiming. Practice your wealth declarations until they feel as natural as breathing. Let them be the first thoughts you think upon waking and the last ones before sleeping. Your rich identity is your birthright, and through daily declarations you step fully into the prosperity that has always been yours. The words you speak about yourself today create the wealth you'll experience tomorrow. Lesson 4. Replace complaints with commands. Every time you voice a complaint about money, you're reinforcing neural pathways that keep you locked in a cycle of lack. The human brain is remarkably efficient at following the paths we create through our words, and complaints are like well-worn trails leading nowhere but frustration. Today, we're going to revolutionize your financial dialogue by transforming those draining complaints into powerful commands. Think about the last time you said, I can't afford that, or why am I always broke? These statements aren't just observations, they're energetic instructions to your subconscious mind. When you repeatedly verbalize financial frustrations, you're programming your brain to seek out evidence that supports these limitations. Your mind becomes an expert at finding reasons why you can't achieve wealth, rather than discovering opportunities for abundance. The solution lies in redirecting this powerful energy. Instead of saying, I never have enough money, transform it into, I command greater financial opportunities to flow to me now. Rather than lamenting, bills keep piling up, declare, I direct my income to exceed my expenses with ease. This isn't about denial or toxic positivity. It's about taking the same energy you've been using to reinforce scarcity and channeling it into creating prosperity. Your voice carries tremendous creative power. When you speak with authority, your entire physiology changes. Your posture straightens, your breathing deepens, and your brain releases different neurotransmitters. This physical shift creates a corresponding new neural pathways that support wealth creation. Speaking in commands signals to both your conscious and subconscious mind that you're taking charge of your financial destiny. The language of command isn't about being aggressive or demanding. It's about speaking with quiet certainty and unwavering confidence. When you say, I command wealth to flow into my life, you're not shouting at the universe. You're aligning yourself with the natural flow of abundance. This alignment creates a magnetic effect, attracting opportunities and resources that match your commanding energy. Practice turning every financial complaint into a clear, positive command. If you catch yourself saying, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, immediately replace it with, I command my income to multiply exponentially. When thoughts like, I'll never get out of debt arise, transform them into, I command all debts to be cleared with ease and speed. Each command should be specific, present tense, and spoken with absolute conviction. Your financial reality responds to the authority in your voice. When you eliminate the weakness of complaints and replace them with the strength of commands, you create a new energetic signature that affects everything from your decision-making to your opportunities. People begin responding to you differently, opportunities appear more frequently, and your relationship with money transforms at a fundamental level. Make this practice tangible by recording your commands and playing them back to yourself. Notice the difference in how you feel when you speak with authority versus when you complain. The shift in energy is palpable, and this energy difference is what creates real-world changes in your financial situation. Your words are literally programming your reality, so choose the language of command and watch as your financial world responds to your new way of speaking. This practice requires consistency and patience. Just as complaints created your current financial reality over time, commands will create your new wealthy reality through persistent application. Every time you catch yourself slipping into complaint mode, see it as an opportunity to flex your command muscle and redirect that energy toward creating rather than criticizing. Your financial future is shaped by the words you choose today, so choose the language of command and watch as your wealth grows in response to your powerful new way of speaking. Lesson 5. Turn affirmations into manifestations. The gap between speaking and receiving is where most people lose their manifestation momentum. Traditional affirmations often feel like empty words echoing in a void. But there's a profound reason why some affirmations create tangible results while others float away as wishful thinking. The key lies in transforming mere statements into energetic blueprints that your subconscious mind accepts as inevitable outcomes. When you declare, "I am wealthy," your brain immediately runs a fact check against your current reality. If there's too much disparity, your subconscious creates resistance, treating your affirmation as a lie rather than a seed of transformation. This is why we must bridge the gap between affirmation and manifestation through a process called emotional anchoring. Every affirmation needs to be paired with a corresponding emotional state that makes it feel real and present. Consider the difference between saying, "Money flows to me easily," while feeling doubt, versus declaring it while experiencing the actual sensation of abundance in your body. The latter creates a neural pathway that your brain begins to recognize as truth. Start by identifying the physical sensations of already having what you desire. How does wealth feel in your body? Perhaps it's a warm expansion in your chest, relaxed shoulders, or a slight smile that naturally appears when you think of financial freedom. The manifestation language protocol requires 3 essential elements: precision, presence, and proof. Precision means being specific about what you're calling in, not just more money, but exact amounts and experiences. Presence involves speaking in the immediate now, eliminating phrases like, "I will," or "I'm going to." Proof means creating small, visible evidence that supports your affirmations, like placing a $100 bill where you'll see it often, or maintaining an impeccably organized wallet. Your affirmations must evolve from mechanical repetition to embodied knowing. This happens when you create what I call evidence-based affirmations. Instead of saying, "I am a money magnet," you might say, "I recognize and act on profitable opportunities daily." The latter statement gives your mind concrete actions to focus on and achieve, creating a bridge between your current and desired reality. The progression from affirmation to manifestation follows a natural sequence. First comes the declaration, then the expectation, and finally the physical manifestation. Each stage requires different language patterns. In the declaration phase, use clear, present-tense statements. During the expectation phase, speak about the excitement of watching your wealth grow. In the manifestation phase, express gratitude for what's already appearing in your life. Your personalized manifestation script should feel like a natural conversation with the universe, rather than a forced exercise. Write your affirmations in your own voice, using words that resonate with your authentic self. Update this script regularly as your wealth consciousness expands and your financial reality transforms. Notice which phrases generate the strongest positive feelings and double down on those. Manifestation happens in the space between your words and your belief in them. Every time you speak your affirmations, you're not just making statements, you're programming instructions into the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Your job is to maintain the emotional frequency of your desired outcome until it materializes in your physical reality. When you master this art, your words become less like hopes and more like commands to the universe, which has no choice but to respond to your clearly stated intentions, backed by unshakable belief. Lesson 6. Speak as if it's already yours. The most powerful shift in manifesting wealth occurs when you master the art of speaking about your desires in the present tense, as if they are already yours. This isn't mere pretending. It's a sophisticated psychological technique that aligns your subconscious mind with the reality you wish to create. When you declare, "I am wealthy," instead of "I will be wealthy," you trigger a fascinating response in your brain's reticular activating system, ROS. This neural network begins actively seeking evidence to support your statements, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of abundance. Your brain, unable to distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones, starts producing the same neurochemical responses as if you were already experiencing that wealth. The present tense prosperity technique requires more than just changing your words. It demands a shift in your emotional state. When you speak about your wealth as current reality, allow yourself to feel the satisfaction, security, and joy that comes with having already achieved your financial goals. This emotional resonance is what transforms mere words into magnetic forces that attract corresponding circumstances. Consider how you'd speak if you had $10 million in your bank account right now. You wouldn't say, "I hope to afford that someday," or "that's too expensive for me." Instead, your language would naturally reflect abundance. "I appreciate that investment opportunity," or "I choose to allocate my resources differently." This subtle but powerful distinction in language creates immediate shifts in your decision-making patterns and attracts wealth-building opportunities. The gap between your current financial reality and your spoken prosperity can initially feel uncomfortable. This discomfort is natural and even necessary. It's the tension that drives transformation. Rather than letting this gap discourage you, use it as a reminder to strengthen your prosperity consciousness. Every time you catch yourself speaking in terms of lack or future possibilities, pause and rephrase your statement in the present tense of abundance. Speaking as if it's already yours extends beyond money to encompass the entire lifestyle of wealth. Describe your investment portfolio, your passive income streams, and your philanthropic activities as current realities. Talk about your business success, your wise financial decisions, and your abundant resources as if they're already established facts. This consistent language pattern creates a blueprint that your subconscious mind works tirelessly to materialize. The already mind meditation process amplifies this practice. Spend 10 minutes each morning sitting quietly and describing your wealthy life in detail, using present tense language. Feel the texture of your leather office chair, hear the sound of your investment notifications, and experience the joy of checking your growing account balances. This vivid mental rehearsal, combined with present tense language, programs your brain to recognize and seize wealth-building opportunities throughout your day. Many practitioners of this technique report surprising synchronicities and coincidences that align with their spoken reality. A real estate investor began speaking about her multiple income properties before acquiring them, and within months, 3 perfect investment opportunities presented themselves. A startup founder spoke about his company's success as if it were already achieved, and soon attracted the exact investors and partners needed to make it reality. Your wealth exists first in your words before it materializes in your world. Speaking as if your desired financial reality is already yours isn't about denying your current circumstances. It's about consciously choosing the reality you wish to experience and allowing your language to lead the way. Let every word you speak about money, success, and abundance reflect not where you are, but where you've already arrived in your mind's eye. Lesson 7. Build a vocabulary of prosperity. Words carry frequencies that vibrate through our consciousness and shape our reality. The language of prosperity isn't just about positive thinking. It's about expanding your linguistic capacity to hold and express wealth concepts with natural fluency. Just as a master painter needs an extensive palette of colors, a wealth creator needs a rich vocabulary of prosperity. The most prosperous people naturally incorporate words like invest, appreciate, compound, and leverage into their daily conversations. These aren't just financial terms. They're portals to expanded possibilities. When you regularly use words like abundance, overflow, multiply, and expanditure, you train your brain to seek opportunities that match these concepts. Your mind becomes a wealth-spotting mechanism, automatically filtering reality through the lens of prosperity. Consider how different your world becomes when you replace "I can't afford it" with "I'm choosing to allocate my resources elsewhere." The first phrase closes doors. The second acknowledges your power over your financial decisions. This subtle shift from scarcity to sovereignty happens through conscious vocabulary building. Start collecting powerful wealth words like precious gems, adding them to your linguistic treasury one by one. The language of prosperity extends beyond mere money terms. Words like synergy, optimization, efficiency, and innovation expand your capacity to think in wealth-generating patterns. When you describe your financial goals, use words that energize and inspire: flourishing, prosperous, abundant. These terms carry an energetic charge that activates both your consciousness and your creativity. Your financial vocabulary should include terms that reflect sophisticated wealth concepts, Words like diversification, asset allocation, passive income, and portfolio optimization aren't just jargon. They're tools for thinking about wealth in more nuanced and powerful ways. As you incorporate these terms into your daily speech, you'll find yourself naturally gravitating toward more sophisticated financial strategies and opportunities. Listen to how wealthy people speak about money, business, and opportunity. Notice their comfort with financial terminology, their ease in discussing wealth concepts, and their natural integration of prosperity language. This isn't about mimicry. It's about expanding your own capacity to think, speak, and therefore act in alignment with wealth creation. Practice using prosperity language in low-stakes situations. Describe your financial goals to yourself in the mirror using rich, expansive terminology. Write emails using wealth-conscious language. Have conversations about money that incorporate your growing prosperity vocabulary. The more you practice, the more natural and authentic this language becomes. Your expanded prosperity vocabulary creates new neural pathways in your brain. Each new wealth word or phrase you master becomes another tool in your manifestation toolkit. These words act as seeds planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness, growing into real-world opportunities and results. The more sophisticated your financial vocabulary becomes, the more complex and abundant your financial reality can grow. Language shapes thought, and thought shapes action. By consciously building your prosperity vocabulary, you're actually constructing the mental architecture required for wealth creation. Each new term you master expands your capacity to conceive, believe in, and achieve greater levels of abundance. Your vocabulary becomes your reality, as your words crystallize into tangible results in your financial world. Make it your mission to learn one new prosperity word or phrase each day. Use it intentionally in conversations. Write it in your journal. Meditate on its meaning and implications. Watch how your expanding prosperity vocabulary naturally leads to expanding prosperity consciousness, which inevitably manifests as expanding prosperity in your physical reality. Lesson 8. Cancel limiting beliefs with powerful declarations. Every limiting belief that holds you back from wealth began as a spoken word. Whether whispered by a parent, declared by a teacher, or muttered by yourself during moments of doubt, these verbal constraints have crystallized into what you accept as financial truth. But just as words created these barriers, words hold the power to dissolve them. The process of canceling limiting beliefs begins with recognition. Your internal dialogue about money tells the story of your wealth constraints. Listen closely to the automated thoughts that arise when you think about prosperity. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. I'll never be wealthy. Or, I don't deserve abundance. These phrases aren't random. They're programmed declarations that actively work against your financial evolution. The technology of belief cancellation operates through direct, immediate countermanding. When a limiting belief surfaces, you must meet it with an opposing declaration of equal or greater force. This isn't about positive thinking, it's about linguistic override. For instance, when the thought, "I can't afford it," emerges, immediately declare, "I choose how to direct my abundant resources." The key lies in the immediacy and authority of your counter-declaration. Your wealth declarations must carry the weight of absolute conviction. Speaking with uncertainty or hesitation allows the original limiting belief to retain its power. Practice making declarations with the same unwavering certainty you'd use to state your name. Your voice should resonate with the same confidence you'd have saying the sky is blue or water is wet. This level of certainty reprograms your neural pathways, creating new wealth-supporting belief structures. The language of cancellation requires specific syntax. Begin your declarations with powerful phrase initiators like "I declare," "I command," "I know," or "I am." Follow these with present tense statements that directly contradict your limiting belief. "I am a money magnet, demolishes, money always slips away from me." "I declare infinite opportunities surround me, erases. There's never enough to go around." The strength of your declaration must overwhelm the limiting belief's energy. Physical positioning amplifies declaration power. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin slightly elevated, the posture of absolute certainty. Your body's stance influences your voice's authority, and both combine to amplify your declaration's impact. Some find it helpful to place one hand over their heart while declaring, creating a physical connection to their word's truth. Repetition cements these new neural pathways. Each time you catch a limiting belief and counter it with a powerful declaration, you weaken the old pattern and strengthen the new. Think of it as linguistic weight training. Every repetition builds your wealth consciousness stronger. The goal isn't to never have limiting thoughts, but to become so swift and powerful in your declarations that limiting beliefs lose their grip on your financial reality. The most transformative declarations address your fundamental relationship with wealth. I am worthy of unlimited abundance shatters multiple limiting beliefs simultaneously. Money flows to me easily and consistently reconstructs your entire financial expectation system. I generate wealth through my mere existence, revolutionizes your basic understanding of your relationship with prosperity. Your declarations create ripples beyond your conscious awareness. As you consistently cancel limiting beliefs with powerful declarations, you'll notice others responding differently to you. Opportunities appear more frequently, resources align more readily, and your entire financial ecosystem begins to reflect your upgraded wealth language. This isn't magical thinking. It's the natural result of reconstructing your wealth consciousness through deliberate linguistic intervention. Lesson 9. Let your voice match your vision. Your voice is the bridge between your inner wealth consciousness and your outer reality. When there's misalignment between what you envision for your financial future and how you communicate about money, you create resistance in your manifestation process. Think of your voice as the ambassador of your vision. It must represent your desires with unwavering authority and conviction. Many people whisper their financial dreams as if asking for permission from the universe. They speak tentatively about their goals, padding their declarations with qualifiers like hopefully, maybe, or I'll try. This hesitant communication style reflects and reinforces deep-seated doubts about their worthiness to receive abundance. Your vision deserves a voice that commands attention, respect, and results. Consider how the titans of industry and wealth speak. They don't mumble or apologize for their ambitious goals. Their tone carries certainty, their pace is measured, and their words are chosen with precision. This isn't about volume or aggression, it's about alignment. When Warren Buffett speaks about investments, his voice reflects decades of expertise and billions in success. When Oprah discusses her empire, her tone embodies the magnitude of her vision. The physical mechanics of your voice matter more than you might realize. Speaking from your diaphragm rather than your throat creates resonance that affects both your listeners and your own nervous system. When you speak about money with a grounded, centered voice, you activate the vagus nerve, which helps regulate your stress response and increases your capacity for wealth-conscious decision-making. Practice speaking your financial vision in private until it feels natural. Record yourself stating your wealth goals and listen back. Does your voice convey unshakable certainty? Does it sound like someone who already has what they desire? Pay attention to your pitch, pace, and power. A voice that's too high-pitched often signals anxiety, while speaking too quickly can indicate discomfort with the subject matter. Your wealth voice should be as comfortable discussing millions as it is discussing hundreds. Start by speaking about larger sums of money in casual conversation. Notice any tension or resistance in your throat or chest when you say numbers that stretch your current reality. Breathe through these sensations and continue speaking until the numbers feel neutral in your mouth. The relationship between your voice and vision extends beyond just money talk. How you communicate about time, opportunities, and relationships all contribute to your wealth frequency. Develop a voice that speaks of abundance in all areas, because true wealth is holistic. When you speak about your business, your investments, or your financial goals, let your voice carry the energy of the success you're creating. Your wealth voice isn't a performance, it's an authentic expression of your expanding prosperity consciousness. It should feel natural and aligned with who you're becoming. As you cultivate this alignment between voice and vision, you'll notice others responding differently to you. Opportunities will appear more readily, and your words will carry greater manifestation power. Your voice is broadcasting your financial future in every moment. Each time you speak about money, success, or abundance, you're either reinforcing your vision or undermining it. Make every word count. Let your voice be the sonic blueprint of the wealth you're building. When you speak with the authority of your vision, the universe conspires to match your reality to the frequency of your voice. Lesson 10. Your wealth language becomes your wealth life. The words you speak today create the reality you'll live tomorrow. This fundamental truth has guided countless people from financial frustration to abundant prosperity, and it remains one of the most powerful principles in the science of wealth creation. Your wealth language isn't just a reflection of your current financial situation, it's the architect of your future economic empire. Consider how language shapes every aspect of your financial experience. When you consistently speak in terms of abundance, possibility, and growth, you're not merely describing a desired reality, you're actively constructing it. Your brain begins to seek evidence that supports your wealthy narrative, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy that manifests in your bank account, investment portfolio, and overall net worth. The transformation from poverty consciousness to wealth consciousness happens first in your daily dialogue. Each time you choose words like invest over spend, opportunity over problem, or abundance over scarcity, you're laying another brick in the foundation of your wealthy future. This isn't magical thinking, it's the practical application of neurolinguistic programming and the power of focused intention. Your wealth language creates ripple effects throughout your life. When you speak with financial confidence, others respond differently to you. Opportunities present themselves more frequently. Business partnerships form more naturally. Investment prospects become clearer. The wealthy naturally gravitate toward those who speak their language, creating a powerful network effect that accelerates your financial growth. Think of your wealth language as a living, breathing entity that requires constant nurturing. Every conversation is an opportunity to strengthen your wealth consciousness. Whether you're discussing business strategies, personal finances, or future goals, your choice of words either reinforces your wealthy identity or undermines it. There's no neutral ground in the language of wealth. The most successful wealth creators understand that consistency in wealth language leads to consistency in wealth creation. They've mastered the art of speaking prosperity even when circumstances suggest otherwise. This unwavering commitment to wealthy communication becomes their anchor during market fluctuations, business challenges, or temporary setbacks. Your wealth language also serves as a powerful filter for your experiences. When you've developed a robust prosperity vocabulary, you naturally filter out opportunities, relationships, and decisions that don't align with your wealthy identity. This automatic filtering system becomes your financial guardian, protecting you from choices that could diminish your wealth while attracting experiences that enhance it. The integration of wealth language into your daily life must be total and complete. It's not enough to speak prosperously during business meetings or when discussing investments. Your wealthy vocabulary should extend to casual conversations, personal journaling, and even your inner dialogue. This comprehensive approach ensures that your wealth consciousness becomes your default operating system. As you've learned throughout this book, the journey to financial abundance begins and ends with the words you choose. Your wealth language isn't just a tool for creating prosperity. It's the very substance from which your wealthy life is built. Every phrase you utter, every declaration you make, and every story you tell contributes to the ongoing creation of your financial reality. Your language is your legacy. The words you speak today will echo in your financial future, inspiring others and creating a lasting impact that extends far beyond your immediate circle. By mastering the language of wealth, you're not just transforming your own financial reality, you're contributing to a larger shift in consciousness that elevates the prosperity of all those around you.